Hi everyone, it's Natsuko. I'm a regular office worker living in Tokyo. Today I'm going to try 10 kinds of Japanese snacks that you can find at any local supermarket. Some of them are my childhood favorites and some are new and surprising ones I recently discovered. At the end of the video, I share my personal ranking, so if you ever visit Japan, you can use it as a little guide when choosing snacks. Alright, let's get started. Entry number 1. Choco pie. Choco pie is dangerously good. My whole family loves it so much that whenever we bought a box, we used to hide them in the fridge so no one else could find them. They disappeared so quickly, so we even had a rule, only one per person. In summer, it's especially good when you chill it in the fridge. The cold creamy chocolate tastes amazing. This one's a mini version, so it's a bit smaller, but the regular choco pie is really filling, perfect for little sweet break during work. When I was a kid, I was only allowed one, but now that I have adult money, I can buy as many as I want. Now let's move on to entry number 2, Pocky, strawberry flavor. Pocky is such a classic, right? You can even find it overseas, and I think it's actually the best-selling chocolate-covered biscuit in the world. The regular milk chocolate Pocky is delicious, but my favorites are the strawberry one and the double-layered chocolate mousse version. I actually feel like when it comes to plain chocolate bars, overseas ones often have a stronger cacao flavor, which I like. But when it comes to chocolate-covered snacks, Japanese chocolate has that soft, milky sweetness that just works so well. Oh, and fun fact, Pocky is sold as Mikado in some countries. I cracked up when I first saw that because Mikado means emperor in Japanese. Like, that's a pretty bold name for a snack stick, don't you think? I guess the name Pocky probably comes from the Pocky sound it makes when you bite it. Compared to choco pie, which has a slightly rich bitter chocolate taste, Pocky is totally light and easy to eat, just simple happiness. It's been around since I was a kid, and when I lived abroad and got homesick, I used to buy Pocky to feel a bit closer to home. Next, entry number 3, Rumando. Rumando is so good. It's made by a company called Bourbon, and honestly, everything Bourbon makes is amazing. Like, I'd seriously love to meet the person who develops their snacks and just say thank you. I've known Rumando for as long as I can remember. It's one of those snacks that's just always been there. It's a crepe-style cookie, which means the cookie is rolled up super thin like a crepe, and the inside is hollow, so it's crispy, flaky, and super light. The only problem is it's too crispy. It falls apart and crumbs go everywhere when you eat it. It's covered in what they called cocoa milk, which isn't that basically just chocolate? But it doesn't taste like strong cacao at all. It's more milky, almost like royal milk tea chocolate, if that makes sense. My mom used to love Rumando, and when I first tried it as a kid, I was totally amazed by how good it was. Ever since then, I've been hooked. And even now, after all these years, I still never get tired of it. Entry number 4, Bamuroro. This one's also made by Bourbon, just like the last snack. The previous one was a crepe-style cookie, but this time it's a mini roll cake. I know I keep saying this, but honestly, everything Bourbon makes is so good. There's actually this funny story about a famous Japanese entrepreneur who once went to prison. Apparently, they could occasionally request snacks there, and he always chose Bourbon snacks. Eventually, the other inmates started saying, "You've got good taste, man." And honestly, I totally get it. If someone told me they loved Bourbon snacks, I'd probably say the same thing. Bamuroro is thicker and softer than Rumando. It's like a fluffy roll cake wrapped in white chocolate, and the inside is hollow too. But since the cake is soft, it doesn't crumble everywhere like Rumando does. When I was a kid, both Rumando and Bamurolu were around 100 yen, less than $1, but they somehow felt fancy, like grown-up snacks. I remember thinking I was so mature eating them, like a classy big sister. I even remember seeing them served during home visits from school teachers. Alright, we've been eating so many chocolate snacks so far, so let's switch things up with something salty. Entry number 5, Jagabi. Jagariko. This one's the salad flavor, which is the most classic one and also my favorite. There are other popular flavors like mentaiko and cheese too. By the way, in Japan, when snacks say salad flavor, it doesn't actually taste like salad. It just means lightly salted. I think that's kind of funny. This is another long-selling snack. I used to bring it on elementary school field trips all the time, and these days I often bring it to sports games. It's perfect because some people want snacks and others want beer, and Jagariko works great as both a snack and a little appetizer. The potato dough has a bit of carrot and herbs mixed in, and it's fried to crispy perfection. It's super light but still crunchy and satisfying. I also love the size, it's just right. The cup is sturdy so it doesn't get crushed in your back, and it's easy to share with friends too. Alright, now it's time for the Japanese gummy section. Entry number 6, Kololo. Kololo is honestly a life-changing gummy. I've been to around 25 countries and I've tried so many snacks from all over the world, but Japanese gummies are on another level. You just don't find gummies like this anywhere else, and one of the best examples of that is Kololo. Today I have the shine muscat flavor, but the regular grape one is amazing too. What's crazy is that it actually tastes like you are eating real grapes. Like, the flavor and texture are so realistic. The first time I tried it, I was like, wait, what just happened? The technology behind this is honestly kind of scary. How is Japan able to make this so real? It doesn't even look that special, right? Honestly, it's kind of plain looking, but the flavor is mind-blowing. You have to try it if you ever come to Japan. Next up, another legendary Japanese gummy. Entry number 7, Sharimoni. Yes, this one is also made by Bourbon. Seriously, they never miss. The first time I tried Sharimoni, I literally shook. It was that good. It's so unique. It's a gummy, but it's crunchy on the outside and soft and squishy inside. Like, how? And the powder on the surface is sour, so every bite feels fun and exciting. I've never had anything like this outside of Japan, not even close. Everyone around me who's tried it loves it too, so if you ever visit Japan, please try this one. The first flavor I tried was cola, and I got instantly addicted. I ended up buying all the flavors right after that. But cola is still my number one favorite. My boyfriend though loves the yogurt flavor the most. Alright, I think we've had enough gummies for now, so let's move on to the Japanese traditional sweets section. Entry number 8, Yuki no Yado. I actually really like wagashi, traditional Japanese sweets, but to be honest, I don't have many favorites among the ones you can buy at supermarkets. It's kind of like cakes. You know how the ones from a bakery taste so much better than the ones from a store? Wagashi are the same. The fresh ones from a real sweet shop are always on another level. But Yuki no Yado is one of the few supermarket wagashi that I truly love. I've been eating it since I was a kid. It's a rice cracker that's lightly salty and it's covered with a sweet sugar glaze. That sweet and salty combination is just unbeatable. Kind of like chocolate-covered potato chips. When I was little, I didn't really like most wagashi, but for some reason, I could eat Yuki no Yado non-stop. It goes perfectly with green tea and the flavor feels so cozy and comforting. Plus, it looks adorable. like a rice cracker topped with freshly fallen snow. I usually break it into 4 pieces inside the bag before eating, so it doesn't crumble everywhere. Little life hack for you. Continuing with the wagashi section, entry number 9 is sweet potato chips. These are thinly sliced Japanese sweet potatoes that are deep fried and then coated in sweet syrup. And honestly, once you start eating them, you can't stop. There's a similar snack called imokenpi, which is made with sweet potatoes too, but those are in stick form instead of chips. That one's more traditional, but personally I prefer the thin crispy chip-style ones. If you've ever had sweet potato fries in other countries, it's kind of like that, except these are sweet, not salty. They are coated with sugar instead of salt, so they are a little heavier and richer in flavor. Honestly, when I'm not hungry, I don't even want to start eating them, but when I do, I can't stop until the bag's empty. Some specialty stores in Japan even sell imokenpi or sweet potato chips covered in chocolate, and those are amazing too. But I've never seen those in regular supermarkets, so if we are talking about supermarket level wagashi, these chips are definitely the winner for me. And finally, we've made it to our last snack, entry number 10, dango. Like I mentioned earlier, I really think wagashi tastes best when you get them fresh from a sweets shop. But sometimes when I can't make it to a wagashi shop and I'm still craving something traditional, I'll grab these from the supermarket. Today I picked up a dango mix. It comes with 3 flavors, mitarashi, anko, and chestnut anko. Dango is just so comforting, isn't it? And it's actually not that hard to make at home. You can buy dango flour at most supermarkets. All you do is mix it with water, shape the dough into little balls, and boil them. Super easy. Sometimes I mix in silken tofu instead of just water. It makes the texture softer and gives it a richer flavor. If I'm making dango at home, I usually go for anko, but when I buy it from a shop, I love mitarashi. I actually tried making mitarashi sauce myself once, but the flavor balance wasn't quite right. I'll figure it out someday. And when I do, I will share my favorite homemade dango recipe with you. Alright, it's finally time for today's Japanese snack ranking. I'm going to line them up from left to right. The ones on the right are my favorites, and the ones on the left were not so amazing today. Number 1, kololo. Honestly, this was just mind-blowing. Such a unique experience. I'm still amazed by it. Number 2, jagariko. Maybe because most of today's snacks were sweet, but that salty crunch hit perfectly. So good. Number 3, pokki. Always reliable, always delicious. You just can't go wrong with pokki. Number 4, sharimoni. I've been eating this one a lot recently, so it didn't surprise me as much as before, but it's still so good every time. Number 5, atai, choco pie, rumando, and bamuroro. All absolute classics. They never disappoint. Every bite just feels like home. Number 6, Yuki no Yado. Such a nostalgic flavor. It didn't shock me this time, but it's still one of my favorites. Number 7, sweet potato chips. Honestly, they're amazing, but maybe I've eaten them too many times already. And finally, number 8, dango. I love dango so much, and it actually made me want to eat fresh wagashi again. Still, it's such a nice and easy treat to have at home. And that's it, my snack ranking for today. Did your favorite make the list? Let me know in the comments. That's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Which snack would you try first? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!